turn the.
Yeah, but it's still processing. Yeah.
No,
Okay, here's a
Turn your photo into fresh
this is a commercial. This is how they fund it from commercial.
Right. So how can
Just
description of the video, focusing on the details we can see and hear together. We are in what looks like a classroom or conference room. The lighting is bright, probably fluorescent overhead lights. In the initial shot, a man is standing and facing the camera. He's wearing a lot of tech gear around his neck and chest. It's quite a collection of devices. He's also got a black baseball cap, glasses, and a colorful Hawaiian shirt over a black shirt. He has a gray beard. He's holding a green selfie stick. The floor has a kind of dark, linear pattern, maybe carpet tiles. We hear him speaking. His voice is clear and carrying well in this space. As the camera moves, we see the room layout. It's a typical classroom setup. Rows of long tables with green chairs. People are sitting at the tables, scattered throughout the room, listening attentively.
So it didn't really take a video, it took a lot of snaps.
There is a digital screen up on the
his
wall,
video
which
is going to
displays the
play
website
back,
of
so you'll
Piggyback
see.
Making media accessible. The text below says a practical tool for those who are blind or have low vision. The screen also shows what Piggyback would look like on a phone. Some
He's
attendees
reading
are
this.
looking in that direction.
You understand?
There's a whiteboard
This is called
towards the front
OCR,
of the room.
optical character
We catch a
recognition.
glimpse of windows with white blinds letting in some natural light. There the blinds are pulled down. Outside we can make out palm trees and other buildings, suggesting we're in a warmer climate. The person holding the camera pans around the room, showing more of the attendees. They are all looking towards the front, presumably at the man who was initially in the shot. They appear to be a diverse group, all attentively listening. The room has a functional, educational vibe.
Okay, and then at this point then, you can basically, what you're looking at is basically you just click on the share. I can share the video, right? I can share the description and you can go on. What we're thinking on, and maybe Mark, you can kind of comment now. We have 10 minutes left of this entire
So I'm going to just
conversation.
quickly run
Yeah.
through this. I'm going to go to the presentation and run through it so you just have a whip of this. Trying to run it here and it doesn't work, so I'll just slide through the slides. We talked about video recognition. We showed it to you. I showed you SERP, tapping the search engine results page. And then it is a triplet project. What does it mean? First of all, number one is the website, wizmore.biz. Number two is the vanity phone number, wizmorebiz. And number three is the numbers itself. And then the next slide explaining what the video recognition is. And this, what we are doing is pilot test. So we are going to do a pilot test with the city of Coral Gables and all these businesses that I showed you, real estate, whatever it was. The next slide is about search engine optimization, putting this on top of SEO, using AI. This is not your regular old-time SEO. This is the AI doing the SEO. Picks up the name tags and does all kinds of things. And I don't have time. I want to have Mark present his stuff. The next one is what is VAPI. This is a voice API, which is special real-time API with programmable phone numbers. And here is an example for monitoring. USA Manuel, you can call this number, and that will respond, is my AI example for home automation. You will say, my name is Leo, and I specialize in home automation. How can I help you automate your home? So this guy that was here before is putting this network, a little network in your home for all your equipment to be controlled. Okay, the next one is the spreadsheet and the matching phone numbers that we showed you. The next one is, that is very important, local host. Anybody knows what local host is? Raise your hand. Okay, very good. So local host means that you'll run it all locally. No internet, so when there's no internet, no problem. I'm in the classroom, in the lab. For every 5 minutes, another hurricane, schmurricane. I don't want to be bothered. So I run it locally on the local host, and this company, Telnix, enables it specifically for local host. The AI caller and everything runs like your private telephone number. Of course, your little measly system at home or in the lab cannot handle millions of hits, but you're never going to get millions of hits. So don't worry about it. And that is a
And
special
since it's a prototype,
protocol that is called MCP, for Model Context Protocol. Okay, the next is the audit trail. What we are doing is we are making a very detailed audit trail. Every keystroke and every screenshots are registered in a file. So these are example. Here is a video that I took of her in her hat, and this is a video, not a still shot, but I took a picture of it so I can put it in the PowerPoint. I wanted to insert the video itself, but I didn't have time.
thanks, Mark.
And this is it is called the PISR, Problem Step Recorder Executable. Anybody heard it? Raise your hand. Nobody. This is a program that you have on all your Windows 10 and Windows 11 computer. Type on the search engine PISR.exe.
PSR.
PISR stands for Problem Step Recorder Executable. And what it does is something that I've developed and designed about 15 or 20 years ago. It is an audit trail or spy program. Everybody understand what it is spying on you? It will record every screenshot and every keystroke, even the non-displayable key. So when you hold Control F1, it will say press Control, hold down Control and press F1. And these are examples of files that I don't have time to show you, and we'll discuss it in the happy hour. The next one is the way that we're using it is to train the AI, because the AI is dumb and it needs those books for dummies. You know, every keystroke and every screenshot. This is how you train the AI, so it becomes extremely familiar with a very special topic. Okay? So, no time. Next one. And this is called an audit trail for accounting. I'm an accounting professor, and my specialty is computer auditing. So we are spying on you for auditing purposes inside the computer, outside the computer. This is a 360 camera. Surround sound that can stream live to YouTube Live. So when you have high situations like in Gaza, the penetration of the Hamas was not monitored properly because it took them 24 hours to respond really, and in 5 minutes there were Israeli planes hovering over it, but there was such a confusion. What the Hamas did is they dressed up in Israeli garb, you say? Or?
Israeli uniforms.
So the pilot saw Israeli soldiers running. Nobody knew what was going on. Instead, they should have had all this real-time surveillance and real-time communication and bypass all the schmoes that prevented the communication. There were girls there that were supposed to be on the surveillance cameras. The surveillance cameras broke, and when the girls warned the crew that there are terrorists on the web, they told them don't worry about it. Anyways, we are moving on to the next one. And this is in Meta glasses. They also have the same thing as PixieBot. In other words, anybody has Meta glasses?
They just announced today they're doing the same thing. For low vision, they're also doing just like PixieBot does for descriptions. So what we're thinking about, rather than low vision, blind, let's move it out to everyone and start training.
And this is Meta publishing this for the first time.
Just today.
They are going to make it available, and here's an example for you. And this is a video.
I'm Sophia. I'm blind, and this is how I use my Ray-Ban Meta glasses
Right,
with
same
detailed
thing. Thanks, Mark.
responses. Hey Meta, tell me what you see.
Okay, no time, so we want to wrap it up. Sorry about it. Okay, and pretty soon I'm going to call Mark to come to the front. And this is other devices. We are using Meta. This is RealWear, head-mounted tablet. So if you type it on your Google search engine, you'll see this is a head-mounted computer that I forgot to bring with me, but I did several presentations in the past, and I brought the representatives of the company here, and we have a lot of videos about it on the internet. So all of this is examples, and you run the AI locally on your head, connected to your phone, and this is all running, and this is the Coral Gables, the Gables building. Where this is an example of a very nice site. So that will be perfect for PickyBot, for the students to go in and make all these PickyBots and then upload them to Mark's server. And then that will be the internship. And if you want, they will publish it on a separate name. It will be 800 Coral Gables, but it will have nothing, it will say in the statement, this is just an experiment, has nothing whatsoever to do with the city of Coral
Don't
Gables.
call Coral Gables, call us.
You've got an MOU between you and
Yeah, or we call it some other name.
We call it- that's right.
Later on, you can change it to whatever you want. The beauty of it, this is not a real phone number. It is a virtual number, which means, those of you who are programmers, you understand what a pointer is. A pointer is, it is not a real number, it is a pointer to a real number. It sits between the real number and the caller and interviews the caller, and then it makes outbound or routing the calls. Anyways, with this happy note, the rest of them are some more discussions about the pilot study using head-mounted computing and virtual reality in healthcare, in different areas, in data, in electrical line. Florida Power and Light is using it for the linemen for the high voltage repair. Any questions while Mark is coming to the front? Okay, let's give him a show of hands. On Saturday,
Yeah, on Saturday, this is devoted.
not getting paid
I'm always getting paid.
and coming here.
I'm always getting paid. Good afternoon, Mark Hebert, the City of Coral Gables. I manage the GIS and Customer Support Division of the Innovation and Technology Department inside the city. So one of the things that I have done over the years is curated an internship program both within our department and also taking some of those interns and embedding them in other departments, like one from the UM, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Hao Zhangshu was an intern with the planning division and helped them to modernize and update their historical resources information, both in terms of mapping and analytics on the year built, the information about buildings in general. You can hear me fine, right?
No, please,
You can't
we are
hear me?
recording, we're streaming.
Okay, you want to record this? Testimony,
Yes.
documentation. One of the ways that I see this kind of work really helping was highlighted in one of the slides just now in terms of assisted reality, so that you can extend your operations as an inspector or a field worker